Number one is something that you might see before you ever even go out with the person. And that's flirting with no action. When somebody's doing a lot of laughing, giggling, touching you on the elbow, stuff like that, but they don't seem to follow through at all. They don't ask you out, try to do more. They don't try to take it to a next step. They might be shy, or they might have a girlfriend. It might be a situation where they like to have a work wife or whatever people like to call it, but they don't actually want to go any further than that because they have somebody at home. They got a girl. They got somebody that they're also talking to. So it's kind of a fun thing for them, but it could be misleading for you and cause you to kind of, be interested in somebody that you never have a chance with. The number two sign that they might have a girlfriend is no plans or canceled plans. Once you start talking to somebody or you start dealing with them, you might notice that they never make any plans. It's always picking you up at the last minute or calling you up or texting you at the last minute. Or it might be a situation where they do make plans, but they always seem to cancel. This could be because they have somebody at home or they're dealing with somebody and they might have thought they were going to be working all night, but instead they got off early and now they have to cancel the plans. Or it could be a situation where they can't make plans because they have somebody and they don't know how their schedule is going to fall. So it's like they're talking to you whenever there's an opportunity. Now, of course, a person could just be busy or maybe they're not a ridiculous amount of interest. These things can be possible also, but it can definitely be a sign that they have a girlfriend. The third sign that they might have a girlfriend is no info. When you see somebody with no social media, you see somebody that really doesn't give you details about their life, you ask a question, a lot of it is one word answers like, so where do you live? Over there. Or, so when did you decide to move here? A while ago. Stuff like that. When they're not giving you any real answers, they're not giving you a lot of details, everything's kind of short. Might be a situation where the more details they give you, the more you start finding out that they actually live with their girl and they don't want you coming by their house. They moved a little while ago, maybe a month or two ago with their girl. It could be something like that. So a lot of times people kind of play their cards close to their chest when they don't want you to know what's really going on. They might not be on social media also because they got a girl. They don't want you putting smiley faces or hearts or something like that under their social media profile. Or they could even have a social media but just lie to you and say that they don't for the same reasons. So a lot of times those can be things that really send up red flags and say, this person has a girl. Sign number 4 is texting instead of calling. Now, some people like to text instead of call. I'm not saying that this is 100% across the board or any of these are 100% across the board, but I'm just saying that texting instead of calling can be a red flag. A lot of times people are going to text instead of call because they can do that in a short period of time. Also, they don't have to worry about you talking and their girl hearing your voice and knowing they're talking to another girl. Might be a way for them to just kind of be sneaky about things and, still be able to communicate with you, even though they might have somebody in the next room or even in the room with them. So sometimes when a person is not willing to call you, it can really be a red flag that they actually have a girlfriend. The 5th sign that the person you're talking to might have a girlfriend, always in your space. What do I mean by that? They're always around your friends. They're always going to your house. They're always hanging around places that you know people. They're always cooling out with you, but you never really come into their space. You don't know any of their friends. You've never been to their house. You've never been to their job. You've never been anywhere where you could say someone who knows them would meet you. You've never hung around that person in their space. A lot of times that's the case because they got a girlfriend who comes to their house or lives there and she's probably left some stuff around or they don't want you to leave stuff around. They don't bring you around their friends because their friends know their girl and they don't want them telling. Somebody might call their girl up and be like, I just saw your dude with some girl and he was acting like that was his new girlfriend. I don't know. I'm not trying to cause any trouble, but, they don't want these kind of things to happen. So a lot of times they'll stay in your world. They'll meet all your friends, all your family members that come to your house, maybe every day or every other day. But you never get to get in their world. You never get to see anything that they've got going on. You don't meet anybody they know. And there's a reason for that. A lot of times it's because they got a girl. Number 6, and this is a big one, short meetings. A lot of times people keep it short because they've got somebody else. They can't be out for long periods of time because that'll draw suspicion. So they might call you up and be like, hey, let's hang out for a second. And it might only be 30 minutes, an hour, something like that. They might try to make it really short because they can't spend 3, 4, 5 hours outside of the house without drawing some suspicion. So therefore, you're going to see a lot of short dates, short meetings, simple stuff that they might want to do, like, hey, let's grab something to eat real quick. And they grab some food for like 20 minutes. And then it's like, all right, let's split up, let's part ways. So you got to kind of look out for stuff like that, because the short meetings a lot of times are a way for them to get to know you over a period of time, but not put themselves in a position where their girl can find out that they're actually hanging out with somebody else. Now, all of these signs that I've shown you don't mean that a person necessarily has a girlfriend. Each thing by itself could be a coincidence, or it could just be their personality. But a lot of times when you put all those things together, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So in that case, they probably do have a girl. But you just got to do research, and these are some red flags for you to kind of look for and monitor and just see if everything is on the up and up.